Hey guys, and welcome to this channel. And in this video I'm going to share a video from Dog-With-Tools, which is their official guide on how to use it, which is going to show you from A to Z how to use their bundler and make money by launching the meme coins. And now I'm going to roll just a 30-second clip of a person making $25,000 with bundling using Dog-With-Tools with just a single launch to get you guys a little hyped up before you actually watch the tutorial. Roll the clip.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win.
Big shout out to this guy called Neotrix, and this is a clip that I just played in my video. Has great videos and his socials are going to be in the description. And if you want to see some more results, you can just join Dog-With-Tools Discord and go to the success section. And in here you're going to see all of those crazy gains that people are making. And also, I have my own Discord as well, which is new as I told you guys before, and you guys should definitely join if you are into bundling, if you are into launching meme coins. If that's your thing, join the Discord because there is going to be loads of information for you here.
Welcome to this quick guide on using the bundler mode in Dog-With-Tools. This video was purposely created to help onboard the many new users we've received over the last 2 weeks. We've noticed there's been a slight disconnect in how users are interpreting the bundler settings, so we designed this video to walk you through the entire process from start to finish. So I'll go over the launch settings, everything, as well as explain what the bundler essentially does. And then you'll also see me use the various modes within the bundler to kind of give you a better idea of how to use it and give a better explanation and show you the full capabilities of it. So additionally, we're working on releasing the full ultimate guide, right, within the next week or two. It's going to be a comprehensive 90 to 120 minute video packed with everything you need to know about Dog-With-Tools. There is a lot of editing involved, so I apologize for the delay. In the meantime, I made this quick video to help guide you, right, to get started and fully understand how to use the bundler mode effectively. So we'll begin with what is the bundler mode. So the bundler mode is one of Dog-With-Tools' most powerful features, right? It's perhaps our flagship feature. It allows you to launch your own token on PumpFun. Again, everything is done in-house. Simultaneously, purchase supply across multiple wallets, and you can strategically sell or manage token supply using advanced sell methods, okay? So I'll be going over the entire bundler bot, as well as the settings, and then I'll demonstrate the safe mode and experimental mode for you, and how you can optimize your settings as well. So it'll be sort of like a quick test run, and hopefully that should give you a better idea, especially for those who are new. If you are an older user, this can probably give you a refresher, right? Since we did come out with a few updates, and therefore the flow for launch, start to finish has changed slightly. So this is perfect for managing your launch, and then we'll discuss snipers and all that sort of thing in this quick guide. So it should be like a good 5 to 10 minute video, and I'll do my absolute best to kind of go through everything in detail. Again, like if you still don't understand something, if you're running into issues, open a support ticket, list out your resources, detail everything from the resources you're using to what it is that you're actually trying to do with regards to dev buy, min and max buy, how much SOL you have across those wallets. And yeah, just let us know, and then we'll do our absolute best to get to you. Okay, so let's get started. So let's go through the bundler settings step by step to explain each function and how it works. Okay, I think that's the most important thing to get out of the way. Another thing to get out of the way, before you even start launching or even going through these things, is ensuring you have all your fields entered, you have your RPC and your WebSocket URL, you have your proxy set up before you even start. Okay, you want to make sure you have all those things set up. So let's go through the bundler settings. Okay, so for instance, bundler modes. We have safe mode and experimental mode. I've discussed this in great detail and great lengths in our recent voice chats. I hosted about 2 voice chats over the weekend, and we did have like a really good discussion on what these 2 modes can do. And so I'll do my best to explain them and give you a rough idea of what they are. But I won't go into too much detail as well. I'll just kind of go over it. So safe mode ensures that supply is purchased in the same block, right, as your developer wallet, to prevent snipers from front running your transactions. Okay, we discussed a while ago, the pros and cons of safe mode, right? And I think I'll go a little more into detail about that just at the end of this. So safe mode is the most secure option, right, with the lowest error rate. I know some people have had issues with safe mode, but the recent update did make a fix. So again, it's the most secure option, right? So if you're looking to launch your token and you're concerned about being front run by snipers, then this is a great option for you. The only issue is you are flagged, right? It's detected by terminals like Photon and Bullx. So keep that in mind. It may affect your project, right? Because people are watching and looking on scan and they're going to see, okay, this was bundled. So it will have an effect on you regardless, right? Even though it's safe. The trade-off is, your wallets may appear sniper wallets on Photon. The experimental mode, on the other hand, hides your sub-wallets from appearing on Photon Graph when purchasing supply, right? The caution with this is that it carries the risk of snipers front-running your transactions, so use it at your own risk, okay? And there are a few features built in the experimental mode that can help mitigate these snipers, so we'll discuss that a little bit more. So for instance, the regular mode, right, you can set a delay, and the idea is you would dev sell once your token mints. So when you dev sell, right, you would dev sell when snipers are in. Naturally, snipers would leave because they're at negative P&L. And then in the background, right, depending on what you want to do, if it's set at 10,000 milliseconds, 20,000 milliseconds, or in other words, 10 seconds or 20 seconds, then in the background, those bundles would land later after you have made that dev sell. If you want more control over that, right, if you don't want to play that game, then you can go ahead with on-demand bundle, and then you would essentially be, at your discretion, landing those bundles when you hit the button. So bundler setting modes. So again, you have hybrid, right? That sends transactions through both your Jito and your RPC for maximum efficiency and success. The Jito sends transactions only through Jito, which prioritizes transaction speeds using tips. Bloxroute you don't necessarily need, but people do use Bloxroute. It sends transactions only through Bloxroute. RPC sends transactions only through your RPC connection, right? The bundler sell modes, okay? Brief overview of all this. So dump all, you sell 100% of your tokens from all the sub-wallets and the developer wallet in one go. So you'll see me do that, right? In our demo. Dump all percent. I'll do one particular wallet as well. Sells a specific percentage of tokens from all sub-wallets and the developer wallet, right? Single sell, right? You can sell a specific percentage of tokens from one sub-wallet. So you can enter 100% to sell all, or you could, select a percent. A percent as well. I'm not going to go over Radium, right, because the Cabal chat is testing that, and it seems like they're finding it useful, so that will come out in the next update, since this part is bugged. The Radium single sell should be working just fine, though. So it sells a specific percentage of the tokens from one sub-wallet on Radium. You can enter like 100, to sell all the tokens, of course. And then send SPL, transfer all the tokens from the sub-wallets, the bundler wallets, right, to the developer wallet and sell them from there. Dev sell, so like I mentioned earlier, let's say you're using the regular mode delay. You would be selling the dev wallet, right? In this case, sell the tokens from the developer wallet, and then having your bundles land with a delay later, right? If that's the case, if you're really trying to shake out those snipers, so keep that in mind, right? So that basically goes over all the bundler sell modes, okay? Other features, right? Clone token allows you to copy any token's name, symbol, description, image, Twitter, yada yada yada, website, Telegram, pump fun. So you can use that to your advantage. Holder count increases your token holder count by sending one token to any number of random wallets. And, these random wallets are unrecoverable. So keep that in mind. Now, I think I mentioned in the beginning what the purpose of bundling is, but I think this is a more formal description. So the purpose of using the bundler, right, is to strategically purchase and sell tokens while avoiding front-running snipers and maintaining anonymity. Since you're capturing a bunch of supply and you're spreading transactions across multiple wallets, so you can better manage your launch and maximize, and capitalize on that advantage, right? So you can generate up to 20 wallets for bundling, right? Obviously, this limitation exists to blockchain constraints, but again, we hope to expand this in the future. Again, I want to apologize for the delay in releasing the full ultimate guide, but please know it's in progress. It's going to be a comprehensive guide with everything you need to know, so stay tuned for that. This is simply just to go over the basics. And so, we'll discuss more about that in later videos, but of like virtually everything in more detail. But I want to go over a demo. I want to go over a demonstration, how to set up your wallets, what are the different settings, right, in the bundler settings, right? So this is very important, right? You want to make sure all your fields, right, are filled in, correct? So before you can even start, right, with managing your launch, you want to make sure that in the bundler settings, right? Let me see. I'm just gonna switch over here. In general settings, you want to make sure everything's fine, but then in the bundler settings, you want to make sure this is all filled in, right? You cannot generate wallets, right, without having all these fields filled in, right? So I'll just go over the bundler settings first before we get into a live demo. So bundler settings, right? Dev buy, right? So what's the purpose? It specifies the amount of SOL, right, to allocate for buying tokens on the developer's wallet. So this wallet is typically handling the primary transaction for each launch. So this is what's going to allow you to mint that token and make that first buy on block 0. It's the block 0 one. The minimum buy amount, right? But okay, going back to the dev buy, you can set this at, to whatever you want, right? 0.2, 0.02, right? 1 SOL, 2 SOL. I think for our test, I'll do maybe a SOL, right? To kind of show you. The minimum buy amount, right? The purpose is to set the minimum SOL amount for purchases on the bundled wallets, right? So this is useful for setting purchase floors to control wallet balance levels, right? So in our example, I'll go in more detail, but this is where you're going to set the minimum buy amount you would like, right, to purchase on that bundle wallet. So this is the minimum amount, right? The maximum buy amount, self-explanatory, right, determines the maximum SOL to use on the bundled wallets, right? The maximum SOL, providing an upper purchase limit across those wallets. So for instance, let's say we had a minimum buy threshold of like 0.5, right? And then our maximum buy is like 1.5. So the range would be 0.5 to 1.5. You're telling the bot essentially to either land in between that range, and therefore the threshold is 1.5, the minimum is 0.5, right? Pretty simple. The geotip amount, right? I think let's see, where is that? Yeah, the geotip amount, right? So higher tip equals higher success. It's very self-explanatory. So adding a geotip can enhance the success rate of transactions if you're using hybrid or Gito. If you're specifically using RPC, then it depends on how well your RPC is, how good it is, how fast it is, right? How many requests per second it can handle. So the purpose of the geotip amount is to enhance success rate of your transactions, right? Because you're incentivizing validators, right, that are hosted by Gito, right? So a higher tip increases transaction speed but raises the cost. So again, our suggested tip is 0.005 Solana. That's a tip amount that is generally effective for reliable performance. I personally, in my test, will do about 0.01 or 0.03, just because I want that to be successful. I want it to land as quick as possible. Maybe you'll set it at 0.005, and that's fine. For this purpose, I'm going to have it at 0.01, 0.03. But let's first get through this, right? The funder private key, right, guys, is the private key for the wallet that funds the generator wallets with Solana, right? Ensuring they're ready for the buys. So you want to make sure that this is out of the way first, right? So the funder key, is the wallet that's going to then fund and send SOL to the wallets that you generated in the bundler wallet settings, right? So again, you want to make sure that you fund your wallets, right? You fund this private wallet with SOL from an exchange, right? You don't want it to be related to any other wallets that might be related to your token. You want to obfuscate it as much as possible, and then the bot will take care of the rest when it comes to bubble maps and anti-bubble map detection. So just make sure you do your end, right, with funding, right, from an exchange to the funder wallet. Then the bot will take care of all the bubble map detection from the funder wallet to the bundler wallet. Does that make sense? So the dev wallet private key, right, is the private key that belongs to the developer's wallet. It belongs to the wallet that's going to buy in first. So this is responsible for the main purchase actions and the launches. So take a note. Ensure the funder and dev wallet private keys are different, right? You want to make sure they're different to avoid security risks and transaction issues. Please just do it. Okay, it's very simple and very straightforward. So by configuring these settings, guys, Dolph Tools, you gain precise control over the wallet funding, the transaction success, and of course, these are all critical for an effective launch and a smooth launch, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, so I think we went over that. You want to make sure as well, when you're done all of this, please, please, just press save. Press save, right? Hit save when you're done every time. With wallets, again, you can generate your wallets here. I'm using 6 wallets for my test, but I can generate another 10. It's very straightforward. If you do not have your bundler settings filled in, you'll run into issues here, right? If you find that your bundler wallets are not generating, they take more than 10 seconds to generate, then yeah, you have a problem with your system. It should be this quick, okay, guys? It should be this quick. Like it shouldn't take more than a second to generate your wallets, right? It's that fast, depending on your network, depending on your system as well. So if it takes more than 30 seconds, that's going to be a huge concern. So imagine like, you launching, like, yeah, it's definitely a concern. So make sure that, your system's up to date, make sure you're using proper resources, because everything should be fluid. It should be smooth if you have everything in order. So we're using 6, correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. I'll delete this one instead. So you can delete wallets, right, guys? You can delete selected wallets. So I'm deleting these wallets. And then make sure that, if you have any SOL in them, you export the keys out in case you do delete any with SOL, because again, like you won't be able to retrieve them, right? We do have backup files built in, but just, better safe than sorry. Export the keys, right? They'll come out to your desktop and you should be able to see the keys. Okay. So you can send SOL to and from, right? We'll do like a quick funding test as well as a quick safe mode test and experimental mode test. It's not going to be anything crazy. I'm just going to literally go through the funding stages because I find like, I don't know, maybe, people are still new. And again, like the old guide doesn't really go into much detail about that. So we're going to do that here in this demo. So you can see you can delete them, right? You can send SOL to and from and generate here. Okay. So once, we have everything in order, we can begin. So I think that's what we'll do.
All right, everyone. So let's go ahead with the demonstration right now. So again, I have everything in check, correct? Funder private key, GeoTip private key, dev wallet private key, correct? My GeoTip amount is set to 0.01, okay? The minimum buy, right, is set to 0.4 here. Maximum buy is set to 0.45. All right, so we have approximately 6 wallets, correct? Within our wallets, right, I like to label them, so it's just easier to keep track. So for instance, I have this one as the bundle Thunder, right? This one is the dev buy, okay? This one is my GeoTip, okay? So I like to keep track of these wallets and have them here so I know which wallets are for which. And so let's begin. So again, we have 6 wallets here. Let's do the math, 0.4, right? So 4 SOL divided by 6 wallets would be approximately 0.6, 0.65 maybe. So let's send 0.65 to each wallet. So if everything's in order, it should be smooth. So what I'm going to do is check the balances first, right? Check the balances, see if everything is in order. All right, so total balance, we have a 0. Obviously, the funder has 4 SOL. The dev wallet has 1.4 SOL. The GeoTip wallet has 0.33 SOL. So I think we're good. And we did the math, so it's 0.65, I think. So we can send SOL here, all right? Leave some there in the funder wallet as well. We'll send. And if everything's running smooth, it should be this quick and easy. Distribution successful. Sent 0.65 SOL to 6 wallets. Done. We'll close that. Okay. We can check balances again. Maybe it takes a minute or so. Yeah, we check balances. Okay, so we have a total balance of 3.9 SOL. We left 0.1 in the funder wallet, and we still have 1.4 SOL in the dev wallet. Okay. In the settings, right, we set our GeoTip to 0.1. That you can have it at 0.005. I just have it set at 0.01 for greater chance of success. Okay. Again, the dev buy is going to be 1. And let's see, wallets 0.65 each. That's beautiful. The minimum buy amount and the maximum buy amount. Yeah, I could have this at 0.6, right? But let's keep in mind we're going to only have 0.005 left over. So I want to make sure that I have some SOL left over for those buys and sells, right? Because you are going to incur the Solana fees as well as the pump fund fees. So you want to keep that in mind, guys, okay? So for this test and for these purposes, I'm going to have 0.45, right? And maybe I'll have 0.55. Okay, cool. Now we hit save. Okay, wallets generated. Okay, everything's here. Bundler, right? Let's do safe mode, right? Safe mode. We'll do safe mode. Okay. So I explained earlier in the video what all these buttons do, right? So I will show you how they work. Now let's open Firefox because that's where I have Photon registered. So Photon, cool. So what I'm trying to do here is actually have this tab open because I want to be able to see my launch happen live so I can show you guys. So the flow is very simple, right? Let's see. Let me just review this for 1 second. Hold on. All right, so just things to keep in mind before we go ahead with the launch, right? So there's a different flow now with the new update, okay? Experimental, right? There's no more prepare. It's just setup and launch, and then try dumping, right? All without prepare first. So, for instance, if we go to experimental mode, right? Regular on demand, whatever it may be, right? Instead of hitting prepare launch like we would with safe mode, you're hitting start, right? Start. And then once you're ready to exit, you can hit dump all or dump all percent. If you run into errors, try hitting prepare dump. Do not hit prepare dump, then dump all, right? This is only here, right? According to the devs, if you run into an error, right? Then prepare dump and retry. With safe mode, on the other hand, right? With safe mode, it's very straightforward. Prepare launch, start, and then dump all, right? So the flow for safe is prepare launch, start, dump. Prepare launch, start, dump. Or prepare launch, start, dump all, single cell, whatever it may be. With experimental mode, again, right, it's start, dump all, or prepare if you run into errors here, right? Start, dump all percent, whatever it may be. You run into an error, okay, not to worry, prepare dump, then dump, right? So that's the flow. So keep that in mind. So experimental mode, sorry. No more prepare, just set up and launch. Try dumping all without prepare first. If it's fine, right, then don't worry about it. If there's an error, then prepare, dump, and retry, okay? Safe mode, you must prepare launch. Once prepared, then start dump. Should work as normal for safe, right? So we're gonna go ahead with a safe mode first, so you see, okay? So let's review again, right? Settings, I have a minimum buy amount of 0.45. I have a maximum buy amount of 0.55. Right? We understood that we have 0.65 across all the wallets, so we're taking into account the buy and sell transaction fees and the pump fund fees. So you want to make sure you have a little bit more SOL left over to cover those fees. Better safe than sorry, right? Either you increase the amount of SOL you have in these wallets, or you lower the amount of the minimum buy amount. So if you really wanted 0.65 across your wallets, right? You would obviously change the range here, and then you would just increase the amount of SOL you have in here. So I'd probably add another 0.15 SOL here, okay? So let's go ahead with the bundler, okay? All right, so for this purpose, I uploaded my image already. I'm gonna call it SuperDoge, right? SuperDoge, okay? And you're gonna watch me do it all live, okay? This is live, Monday, December 9th, 12 p.m. my time, right? Let's just call it SuperDoge, right? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's SuperDoge. Cool. I already uploaded the image. Press save, okay? Delay I have set at 0. The vanity you want to set to true, right? Again, if you set this to false, the address will not render PUMP pump at the end. So you want true. Socials, no need for that in this case, it's just a test. So manage launch, save. Remember, safe mode is prepare launch, right? Prepare launch, start, and then we can just dump all, and then we'll walk through the experimental mode. So we'll do prepare launch, right? We went through everything, preparing, sending transaction, preparation successful, you're ready to go. So it should be this smooth, right? Sometimes depending on, just the network, your resources, it may be a little slow, that's fine, but it should be like this, right? For the most part. Close, and then we can start. Let it run its thing, let it do its thing, right? Creating token key pair, all that stuff. Oh, my bad, bro. SuperDoge, it's live, all right, we're here. Right? Mentioned earlier, right? Our buys went through, all our wallets went through. This is what it looks like. So again, fetching address lookup table. You might run into this loop where it's like failed to fetch lookup table. That's fine. These are the buys. Successful partial simulation. Bundle has landed. Amazing. Let's dump all percent, right? Let's include the wallet. Let's single sell, right? So you would single sell, right? 10% of one wallet, right? So let's include the first wallet, right? So let's confirm that. Let's see what it does. So processing wallet, right? Sending the bundle, monitoring the transactions. Let's see if it goes through. We can look here, right? We got a sniper sell here, right? Bundle successfully landed, done. So we sold 10% of wallet number 1, right? Let's say you want to sell 20% of a particular wallet. Let's do wallet number 2. Press confirm, right? Let's go over here. Let's see what it's doing in the chart, right? So it's selling there. And then again, guys, you can interchange between the different modules. Let's say you want to generate volume here, but that's for a different video. We're just simply doing a test here to show you how it's done. So there was that other sell, sorry. cool. Let's dump all percent, right? Let's do a 20%, true or false, right? Let's do 20% of the dev wallet, right? So let's confirm. It's selling 20% of the tokens. Beautiful. This is looking good, right? We sold 20% of that. Awesome, right? So you can utilize this. Remember, the flow is manage launch, prepare launch, start, and then again, there's no prepare dump. It's you can either go dump all percent, single sell, dump all, yada yada yada. So now I'm done with this, whatever, right? I'm satisfied. Let's do it. All right, so we dump all. Perfect. So it's fine that you might run into these errors like I did here, right? Well, let's see if it went through. So it did go through. Okay. Dev token balance too low. Yeah, maybe because we did sell a little bit there, but it should be fine. We did sell everything. So then we can come over here, right, and check the balances again. But it did sell everything just fine. You can even check on here. So dev wallet here sold, just here, yeah. We sold 20%, I think, right? And then we sold the entire thing there. And so again, dev buy, all our buys went through. Remember, the issue with safe mode was the flags, right? Some people prefer this, to test, or maybe they just don't want to be front run, and that's fine. But it should be like this. And I just gave you an example, right, of how to use the single cell, the dump all percent, and the dump all, right? So that's amazing. We just did that live. So cool. All right. So we'll do an experimental mode test, right? So let's just check the balances. I probably lost some fees or whatever. That's life. Let's see. Checking balances, please wait. Okay, 3.79. Cool. Yeah, so we lost fees on the dev wallet, right? The Jito wallet, of course, we used that up. So yeah, that's fine, right? We didn't do anything special here, right? We didn't make any profit, obviously, because, it's safe mode. I doubt it. I don't have any socials. These are just tests. So let's go back to new pairs because we're going to launch again, okay? Let's consider how much SOL we have now left over. And another thing is, like, depending on price calculation and what wallets you sell at particular points, obviously, we had 0.65 here, but this one has now a balance of 0.69. But, we saw that we only had, we lost maybe 0.1 on fees, sort of thing. So that's cool. Now, the scary part, experimental mode, right? Experimental mode here. We're going to do regular, right? So again, guys, I'm not going to go into too much detail about regular on demand. I'm probably not going to show that here because I do really want to push this this tutorial out in the next hour because yeah, we did get some new people in, and they're some of them, they might want a video like this to kind of give them a walkthrough of everything. So again, regular, I'll set it to 0. I want those to land. Hybrid, Jito, RPC. I'll probably do hybrid for this test. But yeah, I'm gonna probably get front run like a bitch, but that's cool, right? So settings, 0.45, 0.55, right? So let's take into account that this one has 0.56, right? So what do you think is gonna happen, right? When I buy in for, let's say this wallet buys in for 0.55, right? Let's just say, that happens, or this one, 0.59, I'm gonna only be left with 0.021 left over. That might not be enough to then buy and sell, and I'm going to run into a lot of issues. And I don't want to do that here because we're doing a demo, right? That's not going to look really good on me. So we're going to go ahead, right, and maybe lower this, right, to 0.5, or I can decide to fund this and make them all even. But I want to show you the flow, right? I want to show you how I tweak things, right, to make it better. So let's do 0.45, right? Because I still want to have some SOL left over, right, guys? I want to make sure everything is smooth, everything lands perfectly. I run into minor issues, and so I'm going to take into account that, right? So bundler, right? So let's just double check and see. Dev wallet has 1.3, right? We're doing a dev buy of 1. The minimum buy amount is 0.4, and the maximum buy is 0.45. And I'm leaving aside, right, at least 0.2 SOL in the bundler wallets, right, to ensure that I have a successful buy and sell, right, and then I take into account pump fund transaction fees, okay? So again, I'm not gonna change anything, right? I'm gonna keep the same meme, right? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's super Doge. Awesome, cool. So flow, remember, let's go back to this, right? Experimental, there's no more prepare, it's just set up and launch. You can try dumping. If you run into any issues, right, in this case, I hope we don't, you then prepare dump and dump all. So you're gonna see me, right? I'm gonna manage a launch, I'm gonna press save, I'm gonna hit start, it's gonna land, and then we're gonna hit dump all, or dump all percent, right? So I'm gonna have this tab open as well because I want to keep track of when that lands, right? And you'll see in real time, right? I'm running locally. I'm not running on a VPS, right? I'm in North America, right? All my resources in North America. So yeah, maybe it's ideal that I run locally, right? It doesn't matter. So we're doing experimental, hybrid, delay of 0, right? We did all this, save, right? Again, like hybrid, right, would use Jito and RPC, but you know, if you want protect yourself from MEVs, then maybe Jito. But I'm gonna do hybrid for this test, right? So yeah, let's keep an eye on this. I'll switch tabs really quickly. I'll let it do its thing. So again, settings. All of this is in check. My Jito tip is 0.01. All my wallets are funded accordingly. This is funded appropriately as well. So keep that in mind, right? Bundler, right? Save. Now I'm ready. Start, okay? Now it should go through. It's going through. There it is. It's live, right? It's live. So now we're through. Now there's no more prepare dump. It's just dump all, right? Dump all. So, and it should go through. And then we dumped, right? So the thing with this is, guys, there's no flags. There's no snipers, right? So we said before that I think I got sniped here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it went through actually. No way. Did I get front run? So yeah, this is probably like, this is common, right? Like sometimes it panics, right? So maybe I didn't have enough SOL. Maybe the dev token balance was too low, right? And that's fine. Maybe I just didn't have enough, or maybe it's just, you know, the bot kind of running through you know, some sort of error. But it sold through, right? We can confirm that. So we can check here, check the balances, right? Let's look at the chart. We had no sniper, right? So let's look at the other. Let's look at the other one. So this was 9 minutes ago. So you guys, you see the difference between experimental and safe mode. I explained this earlier, right? A lot of sniper buys, flags, Super Doge, experimental had no flags, right? That's awesome. So yeah, this guy bought for literally 1 SOL right after me, but who cares? So no snipers, nothing like that, no flags, right? Like here, this was safe mode, right? Obviously. I think I got front run a little bit, maybe. I don't know what wallet is that. Let's see. BJ. What is it? Yeah, no, that was a front run. But that's fine, right? So yeah, we did lose a bit on fees here. Dev wallet, they kind of broke even, right? So that's fine, right, guys? So again, like that was the walkthrough, right? Yeah, so again, I made sure that all my wallets are funded appropriately, that I walked through everything. I didn't hit prepare dump, right? And I think, again, like guys, I used hybrid, right? So I think it sent in through my RPC because it failed to submit Jito transaction, but in the end it went through, right? Sometimes it goes through it, and it was able to sell everything. So that's really nice. Okay, guys. So again, like I'll upload this very soon, and yeah, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask in your ticket. And it should be this straightforward. All right, guys. So have a wonderful day. This should be out soon. And yeah, so use it as a resource if you can. Hopefully it provided you some value. Maybe I missed something, guys. Maybe I did miss something here. I don't know. I'm just doing this off the whim, impromptu, right? And yeah, I hope it provided some value to you. So just to recap, all right? Just to recap, experimental, right? There's no more prepare. It's just setup and launch, right? You start, and then let's say you want to exit, right? It's just straight dump, right? You're not preparing dump. That's only if you run into any errors, right? Then you prepare dump and retry. Safe mode, it's you must prepare the launch. Once prepared, then start dump, right? You prepare, start, and then you just dump, right? So it works normal as it did before with the safe mode. And there you have it, right? And then let's say you're done, right? You're done with everything, you know, you're happy. Return SOL to main wallet, let's do that. Refunding, please wait. It should be this easy. If you have all your resources in place, you're using a good RPC, you have your proxy set, it should be this easy, right? So you shouldn't have any issues. And then again, guys, like it comes down all to your meme, right? So strategy rise, like I've discussed this before, like it's all about having, you know, go to the basics, right, guys? Like this is not financial advice, but I'll give you a rundown. Maybe you guys need an explanation, but again, like go back to the basics, right? You have a tool here that is an advantage. It is an edge. Go back to the basics. Create a good meme, right? That resonates with people, right? Either you be creative, right? Create your own meme, or find a derivative, gain inspiration from something else. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? And then try and use odd number of wallets, right? Try and use, you know, anywhere between 5 and 13, maybe 17 wallets, 11 wallets, right? Make sure they're funded properly. Make sure maybe the range is a little is wider, right? So it's, you know, smoother spread, right? So for instance, like the bundler here, I don't know if I can see, I can't see it anymore. Shit, I wish I did. But, you know, make sure, right, that they're spread a little more, right? Maybe you want a tighter range, and that's fine. I'm not saying anything about that. But let's say, you know, for basic strategy, right, we provide you with a basic strategy just to start off, give you a figure, right? Go back to the basics, do a meme. And then another key point to make, to keep in mind is, you know, look at what volume you get within the first 30 seconds. So like this launch only lasted like, you know, less than 20 seconds, right? So at 45, or did it last? Yeah, it lasted like less than 20 seconds. So, you know, give yourself 30 to 60 seconds. See if you get any volume. Then wait maybe another minute or two. See if any new volume comes in. If nothing's working, exit, right? Like move on to the next. Unless you have like KOLs, marketing, all that stuff prepared, you have a community or something, then yeah, do that. But yeah, I hope that helps. I hope it, you know, gives you, you know, a general idea on how to function all this. And then, like I said before, again, if you run into any issues, please detail your resources. Don't tell me like please, like guys, come on. Like, don't open a ticket and be like, doesn't work. Like, okay, like, you know, explain, elaborate, inform us, right? What doesn't work? Why doesn't it work, right? I just clearly demonstrated that it does work. It works fine, and everything's running smoothly as long as your resources are in order. So don't open a ticket, and I get maybe it might be frustrating, but just open a ticket, and it's working for many people. So it's like, you know, it's not the bot, it's most likely you, right? So make sure you detail your resources, outline everything you did. You know, I want to see from you guys like screenshots. Tell me, what was your dev buy? What was your minimum buy? What was your maximum buy? Are you using Jito? Are you using hybrid, right? What RPC did you get, right? Tell me these things. It will help us diagnose, you know, run that troubleshooting for you. So let us know, tell us, right? Don't just tell us like, oh, it doesn't work. I tried safe mode, it doesn't work. Like, okay, like that doesn't help us. That doesn't help us help you, you know? Help us help you, right? Does that make sense? So let us know. And yeah, that should be it. So, you know, wish you a great day, great week. And that video should be coming out later. The full ultimate guide, right? That's like a 90-minute, 120-minute in-depth guide. So I hope that comes out end of this week, late next week. I apologize for the delay. There's just a bunch of stuff that is going on with Dollar Tools. And so like, and also the editing part, right? It's a lot of editing I have to do. This was just like literally impromptu. I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm going to make this video and try and help out the newcomers and maybe give you guys a recap as well. So yeah, I appreciate you listening in. Hope you gain some value out of it and have a wonderful week. We'll keep in touch. If I'm in voice chat, hop in. Yeah, and all the best. Cheers.